Well, I think the way we've designed the larger world is all around the frequency of encounters. So we want, obviously, to bring crews into this world. At the same time, we don't want people to just start the game and be surrounded by other ships. That kind of leads to that kind of sense of kind of strategy and tactics where you've got someone up in the crow's nest and they're scanning the horizon, not only looking for the island you head into, but also trying to spot these ships out.
Yeah. The nice thing about this as well is because I think within the small map, if you've seen a ship, they've probably seen you. Whereas because it's such a larger map, you'll see it on the horizon, you can be sneaky and you can circle back around, and there's those moments where you can actually sneak up. It feels, even though it sounds strange saying there's wider distance, it seems easier to sneak up.
Absolutely. I think it's that kind of emergence of it. I think coming across ships at different stages in your voyage. You know, you might have treasure, you might not. You might be on your way back to an outpost. You might just be island hopping. You're going to come across other crews at kind of different stages, and you know, how you react is kind of the magic of it. It's up to you, it's up to the crew. You've got that freedom to decide.
This map here that people have been playing, I'd say it gets larger considerably. But so obviously the overarching thing is there are 3 regions. One of our regions feels more kind of like rough and tough, and it feels it's got more overcast clouds as well. We bring the cloud coverage in, and it feels like there's just more kind of natural pollutant, as if there's sulphur kind of going into the air that makes it feel a little bit more kind of denser. And then the rocks within that region as well, they're a bit more aggressive and darker, and the plant life is withering a little bit. Its plants are going a little bit more yellow, and there's reds within it. Life was just finding a way to keep going in this area. And then one of our kind of like more kind of classical regions, which is obviously the Caribbean kind of feeling of the white sands and the kind of the palm trees.
The first thing you'd think of when you think of a pirate experience.
Absolutely. And then there's one that was a bit more kind of adventurous, trying to talk to that Indiana Jones feeling of going into dense foliage and finding caves, and maybe there's some kind of hints at kind of some ancient civilization stuff that obviously people will have to find.
It's definitely quite different to what...
Yes, absolutely.
Because obviously we've been designing and planning these 3 world regions and this much larger world to encourage certain types of gameplay, but we're seeing some things we didn't go out to design, but it's just fantastic how players use these things.
It's like the emergent gameplay we've always talked about, is that players, people using these things will find sneaky ways of creeping up on other people or exploring in the world or just hiding their ship.
Exactly, and I think the fascinating part is that what we're seeing here at Rare is just the tip of the iceberg. I think when we get that more players into this wider world, we're going to see things we haven't seen before or even planned for, and I think that's the most exciting thing.